guys, this is pretty much the same notes we went over in class today. I'm just doing them again so that my drawings will be a little bit neater than they were. I'm using that online software I was using. So a point, the definition was an exact location in space with no shape and no size. No shape, no size. So, that is a point. We typically name points with uppercase letters. So this would be like point A, point B. How do we name it? Upper, that means big, case, letters. A line. A line is an object. So that object means thing. An object with no thickness that goes on indefinitely. That means forever and ever, indefinitely, infinitely, in both directions. So, you need at least 2 points to make a line. 2 points make a line, 2 points define a line. So when we name it with those 2 points like that. And then the other way you'll typically see a line named is with like a little cursive or script lowercase letter. So this can also be called line L, just because I chose L. You could choose any letter. It's just typically written in script or cursive. A line segment is a piece of a line. It has two endpoints, a start and a stop. So using our example above, the piece I'm going to look at is AB. It starts at A, ends at B. I'm just looking at that part. I'm not looking at anything else, just that segment of the line. And when we name that, put a line over it. No arrows, just a line. And these things are important. Notation is important in geometry. Without the line, and if you just write AB, it means something totally different. If you write AB without the arrows, you are just talking about this piece. You're not talking about the whole line. So precise notation is very important in geometry. Array. Array is also a piece of a line. But it has one endpoint. One endpoint and goes off indefinitely indefinitely in the other direction. So to draw that, there's A, whoop, there's B. So it's starting at point A and going off indefinitely in the direction of B. And when you name it, the two letters, whoop, there you go. I made that really long. You have to put in that order. If you write BA, the B underneath the starting point and the A underneath the arrow, that's totally different. That would be a ray going off in the opposite direction, off in the direction of A, which brings us to our next one, opposite rays. Opposite rays are two rays that go in opposite directions. They share an endpoint. They share an endpoint. So, let me keep going with ABC. ABC. All right. So, I have opposite rays here. So look at B. B, and if you go off in this direction towards C, that's ray BC. The opposite ray shares an endpoint. So this ray was a piece, remember, a piece of a line that has one endpoint. So right here, oh, where's my highlighter? Going this way is a piece of line AB, starting at B, going off in the direction of C. Your opposite ray would be starting at B, going off in the direction of A. BC and BA are opposite rays. They share an endpoint, the endpoint B, going off in opposite directions. Those two opposite rays pretty much define our line. That's line AB that we started with up here. A plane. A plane is a flat surface with no thickness. A flat surface that goes off infinitely in all directions. Oops, I'm misspelling directions. In all directions. Now we typically draw that as like a parallelogram. This is just notation. Planes are made up of three non-collinear points. If you have 3 points, they are on the same plane. We're going to use D because we've been using C on that line, so ABD. This is plane ABD. Also, like with a line, you could use a script letter to name it. You can also use a script letter to name planes. This is plane W. All right, that's the vocabulary from the first page. Point is just a place in space. Line, an object with no thickness that goes off indefinitely, infinitely in both directions. A line segment is a piece of a line. It's a starting point and an ending point. A ray is also a piece of a line. It has a starting point, goes off forever in one direction. Opposite rays are two rays that share an endpoint and go off in opposite directions. And if you notice, when you combine them, it's pretty much you just name that line. Plane, a flat surface. It has at least 3 points on it. 3 points, 3 non-collinear points. 3 points not on the same line. It goes off in infinitely in both directions. And then the last thing we did, we did these 4. We talked about that prefix together, cohabitate, co-worker, coexist. We all coexist in the city of Buda in Johnson High School. It also has the word line in it. Co-line, same line. Collinear are points on the same line. Points on the same line. Bam, bam, bam. Those are 3 collinear points. Non-collinear points, oops, not on the same line. Points not on the same line. Non, not, co, together, line, not together on the same line. Those 3 points are not collinear. There's my X, there's my Y, but there's J. I can draw a line connecting X and Y. I can draw a line connecting X and J. I can draw a line connecting Y and J, but I cannot make one line going through all 3 of those points. Coplanar. Coplanar is points on the same plane. Points on the same plane. So here's my plane. I have 3 points on there. Now I have a point down here. It's below it. Below. I'm trying to show you it's below. So A, B, and C are coplanar, points on the same plane. Point X, non-coplanar, points not on the same plane. So as far as naming them, collinear points, points you name, that's point X, point Y, point Z. Non-collinear, also points. You would just name them as points and then specify that they're not collinear. There's really no way to name these. A plane, I can name this as plane ABC. And then I would say point X is not on plane ABC. All right, there's the vocabulary went over today. Hope this helps out a little bit, and I will see you next class.